Hello and welcome to Creative Design and Supply. Today I want to show you on a smaller scale. This is just a piece of Dollar Tree. It's like their little blank wood planks. I want to show you how I make wooden signs at home. So I'm just using any vinyl. I'm using 651 today, I will tell you that. I've found with this method using 651 works a little bit better. So I have just painted, and this is going to be, my letters are going to be black. So I cut out the stencil, or what I'm going to call is the stencil, and I wanted to show you this is how I'm going to transfer this. So instead of doing it all the way down here, I just want to show you, I'm using our Color Splash transfer tape, and I love using this on the wet method. Any actually will do. So I'm going to move up, and I like to put it back on the roll. And reuse it again. Just like I had an oddball piece here, I'm just going to turn around and, whoops, wrap it, and I will use it again. All right, and I will link this in our video. All right, so now that I have those on there, I am just going to burnish them really well. And before I pull them up, I want to go ahead and measure, and I want to get the middle, because you cannot see it, but I've actually marked the middle of these. That just gives me just a little bit of a reference. All right. I didn't cut a little piece off, so I'm just going to use a little piece of heat tape real quick. Alright, so now I am just going to do the middle, and I'm going to lift this up. Okay, so now since I moved it, I want to get it straight one more time, and then that was just to slightly hold it. And so now you can see that no vinyl is going to be used. This is just to lay over it. All right. Now at home I use a latex. A thick latex paint, so I will have to use several coats of white to achieve this, but it's I have seen another lady that works with a lot of wood, and she starts out with a light gray and then works to a bright white. All right, and then so I have these two pieces. Take my little heat tape off, and then I will just wrap this back around. I use it over and over. Now here you want to make sure that you are down. I don't want to rub across it because I don't want to lift it up. And you can always hit it with a little bit of heat if you want, but it will shrink your vinyl just a little bit. This sideways, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of black in it. Okay. All right. It's okay if it's a little bit darker. It's just going to give it a little bit more of a hint so it's not as... And then we can go back in with the white. All right. I chose to use 651 on this because I will be able to pick it off. It's just I wanted to make sure, because this was unfinished wood and it's kind of raw and gritty, and it was only $1, what, 25 I guess, at the Dollar Tree. So, and I have been trying to figure out how to do things on a much smaller scale so I can give you great projects also. So, and the key to this is you want to make sure that you cover everything. You don't want a thick, you want it all thin and spread out. I usually use a roller when I do this, like I do big projects, and I'll do one roller, and the roller does wonderful. It doesn't lift it up. It doesn't do anything to the wood. It just lays down the paint really well. All right. And with this being cheap, untreated wood, I wanted to make sure that I got a good coat on this. Okay. And there is our first coat. I'm going to let that dry and clean my brush. I believe the next one I'm going to go back in with my Mod Podge brush, just because I don't want brush strokes in here. And that's just where the hole is. All right, be right back. Okay, so that first coat is pretty much done. So I'm just going to do white this time, which will give it a little bit of a weathered look. And the wood is actually absorbing a lot of the paint, which is fine. It's a cheap piece of wood. It's not really finished. I sanded it a little bit. I'm trying to be not too gentle with it, but I want to make sure that the strokes, okay. I just want to make sure that this is a thin coat on there. All right, now I'm going to let it dry and put another coat on there. So I've put several coats on here, and I may be out of frame just for a second because I don't want to scrape this. Okay. I'm wanting to pick it up because I don't want to scrape that wood. There we go. I have been wanting to show this idea for a while, and once I realized I had purchased these little wood planks for something like this, that would be perfect to show you. And if you have any questions, like I said, comment below. I'm either going to put a little bit of twine up here. I could have moved it down a little bit. Thought about it afterwards. I should have moved it down. That way I could put something cute up here. And you could just wrap them like that. All right. Thanks. If you